Welcome to Barrenbrug's Meet the Team, where we focus on our biggest asset, our people. Today we have a chat with some of our graduates, those that have joined Barrenbrug directly from university, and have a chat to find out their journey and learn about their aspirations. Today we are joined by Ben Vercoe, who is Portfolio Manager for Tropical and Summer Crops. Ben joined Barrenbrug in 2016 with a Bachelor of Ag from the University of Queensland. Welcome, Ben.
Hello.
So Ben, share with us your journey with Barrenbrug as a graduate to your current role as Portfolio Manager. How did you get from A to B?
So I started off through an application process with Rimfire Resources and essentially went through the graduate steps that they have, went through the interview process and managed to get the graduate research role with Heritage Seeds at the time, now Barrenbrug. From there, I spent 12 months as a graduate research assistant or technician, where I was working primarily in the tropical forages based up in Toowoomba. So looking at all of our tropical grasses and legumes at the time. And from there, about 12 months after, I sort of transitioned a bit more into a research agronomist type role and took on a little bit more responsibility around running the trials and managing sort of the extension side of things to a bit higher degree, and sort of stuck it out in that role over the last couple of years. So the last probably 2 years, we've included the likes of more forage sorghums, grain sorghums, and sunflowers. So that's sort of been a bit of a change for me. And then, I guess not quite 2 months ago, started in the portfolio manager role. So quite new into that one.
So what interests you about agriculture, and what role do you see yourself playing in the future within Barrenbrug?
I think my interest in agriculture probably stem a little bit from family background, and probably talk about that a little bit later. But it's something that I've always been interested in terms of working outdoors and being a bit more, I guess, hands-on, and that, I guess, directed me more in the research pathway. But I actually really wanted to be a vet as I was growing up. Ended up at uni and sort of studying agricultural science, and then ended up really enjoying it. So enjoyed I guess the range of different areas through the industry, and the amount of different jobs and job opportunities, I guess, there were through agriculture.
So as someone who has got a farming agriculture background to a degree, everyone on a farm gets up early. So what gets you up early now? What is it about this role that you enjoy?
So I think the new role as portfolio manager, it's an interesting one. I'm probably still finding my feet a little bit, but I guess that probably plays into what I'm enjoying at the moment. I really enjoy the new challenges and doing something that's a little bit outside of my comfort zone. So with a strong research background and very sort of data focused and driven, it's a big change sort of stepping into more of a commercial sales marketing type role where it's just a very different way to look at things, approach challenges in a different way and end up with different outcomes. So I think that's at the moment what's keeping me interested, that's for sure.
Excellent. So agriculture research in particular is fairly prominent within your family. Tell us a bit about yourself and that background and how it influences your own pathway in ag.
So growing up, my dad actually worked for CSRO for a little over 20 years, and he was sort of more based in the forestry side of the industry. But his dad, my pa, he worked in the up at Rockhampton with CSRO and was leading cattle breeding programs, and so it's been heavily R&D focused in that side and always been involved in it. And then my uncle on dad's side as well, he He's a breeding and genetics professor based in Perth, and does a lot of work with MLA and Department of Ag over there. So I guess being surrounded with science and a research background, it probably drove me in that direction. I really enjoy the hands-on aspect of things as well, and the opportunities in agriculture. Yeah, so that's I guess how I've landed here.
So what about yourself? What interests you on a weekend? What is it that rounds out the person that is Ben Vercoe?
Yeah, so I've got plenty of interest. I, for a long time, have competitively sailed, so a little bit harder from being based in Toowoomba now, a bit further away from the water, but I still try and get out as often as I can. Surfing, going back home, I got family up on the Sunshine Coast now, so trying to get back up and spend time down by the beach is good fun. But outside of that, played a lot of rugby, touch football, golf, cricket, tennis. Yeah, mostly I've given almost everything a crack along the way.
So what's something we might find surprising about you then?
I guess I probably touched on it before with the sailing. I've sailed competitively for quite a long time since I was a kid, and managed to use that as a vessel for traveling around to different places around the world, which has been pretty awesome. So I spent time in China and the US, New Caledonia, New Zealand, places like that, which has been pretty cool.
So I would assume then that some of that sailing experience and participation potentially is part of your biggest achievement. Would you say that, or is there something else in your life that is part of the trophy room?
Yeah, I think there's probably a lot of things I could go into in terms of achievements that that I think are good. But on the sailing front, one of my biggest achievements would be competing at the World Championships in the etrel class and finishing on the podium, which was pretty great. So over 100 boats from around the world, and plenty of people, great sailors from Olympians and America's Cup winners. So that was definitely right up there as an achievement.
What about professionally? Is there something that you're pretty stoked with?
I think where I am now, I was really excited to be able to step into this new role as a portfolio manager. It's a huge opportunity for myself, not coming from a huge commercial or sort of marketing background, to step up into this role, and I've been really really happy and excited to start. And it's great to have the support from those around me up in Toowoomba and generally through Barrenbrug to help me along the way.
Excellent. Ben, thank you so much for your time today. It's been a real pleasure to have a chat with you and learn more about what makes you tick and what your aspirations are, and we thank you for your time.
No worries. Thanks for that.